What's going on, everybody? Welcome to TV Sports 27 and the RXFL. We are glad to have you here on this. Oh, I got a little echo. Let me see. I'm going to mute this. Sorry about that. Give me a sec. How's this sound? There we go. Okay, I got it fixed. Did the audio check. Sorry about the echo. Forgot sometimes when you have the two controllers, it kind of messes with the PS5. Coming to you live on a Monday. Yes, I am. Took a little PTO time, so we're gonna get some live commentary streams. We're happy to do that when we have time. This is after the Super Bowl. Sam Darnold is a Super Bowl champion. How about that? Let me know in the comments what you guys thought of the Super Bowl last night. Another masterful performance by a Seahawks defense in a Super Bowl. They did it to Peyton Manning. They did it to Drake May. This Seahawks defense, they're building a legacy in Super Bowl. So we'll do a couple of streams with you this week. I am off today, Tuesday, Wednesday, so we'll be able to do some live commentary streams with you guys. And we are jumping into the final game of Week 1 of the RXFL. Now, why are we looking at the Portland Lumberjacks and the Salt Lake City Fury before we jump into our main event game? Well, that's because this is a game that's going to be forever lost to time. So I do my streaming these days right off of the PS5, directly to YouTube, straight from the PS5. So I do have a computer, I do have a capture card, but to bring all that equipment out, hook it up, it's just a time saver to use the PS5. Again, I'll continue to say, if we ever get our goal and we can get to a full-time place, we'll probably use the capture card more often. But we're still aiming for 1,000 subs. You know, can we get 1,000 subs before the end of the month? I'll leave it up to you guys. But for those of you that did tune in live, we streamed it yesterday morning before the Super Bowl. And I just wanted to bring up the game because, per tradition, like we did last year, we kicked off the RXFL third season with the two championship teams, which was the St. Louis Rhinos and the newly made London Ghost Riders. We did the same thing again this year, kicked it off with the two championship teams, Salt Lake City, and we're going to bring you the live Sacramento game. Unfortunately, this game will be forever lost to time because the video, much like what happened with my Tennessee Volunteers Patreon video that we did going into the new season to season 9, the off season, it corrupted. It did not. So it's something I'm gonna have to really keep an eye on to make sure that these videos are actually streaming and getting recorded. I'm gonna have to start triple checking because I don't know if it's a YouTube thing, I don't know if it's a PS5 thing. But maybe that's all the more reason to tune in live, because you never know which videos aren't going to see the light of day again. So if you tuned in live yesterday, you saw an absolutely incredible game. If you didn't, unfortunately, it's a game that's forever going to be lost to time because the upload did not make it to YouTube. The live stream did not save on YouTube, so it's gone forever. I just wanted to bring it up because it was an incredible game. As you can see, 620 yards to 608 total yards between the two. You guys know we did an entire RXFL draft going into this new season. That is up on our Patreon page. So all the rosters are moved around. New teams, new rosters, new players. Patreon.com/TBSports27 to see that video. Jalen Hurts now leading the way for the Salt Lake City Fury after Bart Starr re-signed elsewhere. Dan Marino, after 3 non-successful years with the Chicago Cougars, the Chicago Evil, he has now joined up with Andy Reid in Portland to take over for Russell Wilson, who had been the Lumberjacks quarterback the last 3 years. And you see Dan Marino coming out with a 4-touchdown, 391-yard performance. But the story of the day was Antonio Brown, who had 3 touchdowns, 14 catches, 278 yards, which I thought was going to be higher up on the list for receiving yards. It's only like top 12. I thought it was going to be closer to like top 3, but there's been a lot of good receiving days over the years. And the game-winning play was in overtime, and it was an Antonio Brown, like, 55, 60-yard touchdown catch from Dan Marino to win in overtime. Normally, you look at Muhsin Muhammad and say, boy, that's the day right there. But it was Antonio Brown, and we'll see if he can keep the off-the-field issues to a minimum, because we have a star in the making in the RXFL in the new look Portland Lumberjacks. Again, that was the game right there as it went into overtime, and unfortunately, again, this will maybe encourage you guys to tune in with us live when we do these streams, because sometimes they're not always going to make it onto the on-demand, and you got to take that up with the YouTube gods, why that video did not get uploaded, why it was lost to time. I don't know what to tell you. I streamed it, it was there, and then I checked my YouTube studio after the fact to edit the title, because I usually do a different title for streaming and then for on-demand, and it was gone. It was completely gone. The video was not there, and I feel like that's been happening a lot lately. So, again, here is a look at the, I want to say this is the Red League? No, the Blue League side, and you can see some of the new teams. Virginia Beach, as Atlanta moved, Orlando rebranded from the Wizards. You can see Dublin as well with a rebrand. All of that stuff, patreon.com/TBSports27 to see the draft and to see all the kind of changes and stuff. But for right now, it is the defending RXFL champions. We saw the Ultra Bowl losers, Salt Lake City. Now we're going to see the defending league champions. It's the Sacramento Rumble, not the Redwoods, the Sacramento Rumble, hosting the Austin Armadillos. Another quick note, we're going to jump into this game in a second. The other game, the Portland and Salt Lake City game, was actually the Brazil game in real life NFL. So that was kind of cool to see a neutral site field and to see the Brazil field in franchise mode. So again, if you guys tuned into that, you got to see it, but that was the Brazil game. But this is Sacramento at home. Justin Herbert ended up being the hero. He took over for Otto Graham in the playoffs. Not only did Otto Graham struggle, but he got injured, and it was Justin Herbert that went on an incredible 3-game stretch where Sacramento was winning games in overtime, the skin of their teeth, and they made it into a league championship before a dominant Ultra Bowl victory. Brand new quarterback, as Justin Herbert signed with the Denver Horsemen. Austin Armadillos has been led the last 3 years by quarterback Michael Vick. He was a league MVP as well. He also left. Michael Vick signed with the Toronto Huskies in hopes of winning the quarterback job after Lamar Jackson left Toronto for Honolulu. Well, Michael Vick ended up losing that quarterback battle. So he left Austin, where he was a league MVP, went to Toronto, and lost the quarterback battle. Michael Vick is now a backup quarterback in Toronto. Austin with a new quarterback. Sacramento without their championship quarterback. Herbert took the big payday with the Denver Horsemen. It was all wide open. Patreon.com/TBSports27 if you want to see all the different moves and what happened in the RXFL draft. Check that out. It is up on our Patreon page. But for right now, it is Sacramento Rumble. Oh, should we put them in white? Yeah, why not? Do a little whiteout action here for the first home game. Something special. White and brown. Let's do it. So we'll put, what options we got here? We got gold and we got red. So let's see. What are we going to land on? I like to just shuffle up a random pick. Can't be away. Can't have the double white unis. Home. Let's see what we got for pants. Or we can put them, it was the all green was the championship uniforms for Sacramento. We could kind of match that. And go red and black. I like it. Let's do it. Some teams wear white at home. And we are going to kick off officially, officially, the RXFL season here, since the other game did not get saved.
Welcome you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
And I hope we're going to stream some WWE later today with you guys. I'm going to try to do that as we're getting closer to the Forbidden Door. Getting closer to finding out who's the third man, who's going to join NWO Hollywood.
On the visitor's sideline, their head coach. His team,
So here
for this one.
we go. Sean McVay, an Ultra Bowl champion, leading the Sacramento Rumbles. Don't look at the records, because that's not the actual records from last season. And it is time to go underway again. If you've never watched an RXFL game before, it's legend rosters, it's made-up teams, it's relocation teams with legends up and down on the rosters. Look, Dig got, he got Michael Vick's number there. Legends rosters, relocation, and I control both sides of the ball on offense. I pick a random play on defense. I just mash the buttons in and pick a random play. And then on offense, I pick which play I want to do. So there you see it. Dan Fouts. He is going to be your new starting quarterback. So quite a different feel for the Austin Armadillos from the scrambling Michael Vick of the last couple years to definitely more of a precision pocket passer in Dan Fouts. But you see they got Christian McCaffrey in the backfield, who comes over from Mexico City. Nice move by McCaffrey, and he's up to the 40 for a first down. So you lose Michael Vick, but the ground game stays as strong as ever with Christian McCaffrey. Fouts, plenty of time. Oh, is they going to say he made a football move? The defending league champ Sacramento Rumble, Brent Grimes. Let's take a look at the replay. Oh yeah, I think that's a football move. That's a clean fumble. Brent Grimes with the cut recovery. Williams forced it, and there you see the new quarterback, and this one's going to be interesting for the Sacramento Rumble. Again, it's been Otto Graham the last couple years, Justin Herbert coming in relief. Kurt Warner has not had a good run in the RXFL. He started off with the Tennessee Oilers, ended up getting benched with the Oilers. We'll get back to this in a second as Kurt Warner's got the play fake, and that, ooh, I'd say is a heck of a start, but it ended up being dropped. Ended up getting benched in the Oilers for, was it Plunkett? Or no, it was Kenny Stabler. And the Oilers no longer a team. And then he signed with the Tokyo Kaiju, and they did not have a good year. They were one of the worst teams in the league last year. Tom Brady, and they got an interesting scenario too. We talked about quarterbacks. Aaron Rodgers signed with Tokyo, as did Tom Brady. And there was a question mark because Brady had gone 3 years without a playoff with the Atlanta Dirty Birds. So there's a question mark with that. Tom Brady did beat out Aaron Rodgers, but they got Rodgers and Brady on their roster, and Rodgers was a starter the last couple of seasons. So that's a team that maybe someone might trade for Aaron Rodgers down the stretch. But Warner did not do good with Tennessee, did not do good with Tokyo, but he's signed here with the defending league champions. And Warner is going to get sacked as nobody was open. Byron Murphy. But Kurt Warner, can he? You know what Kurt Warner can do. He's been to 3 Super Bowls. He's won one of them. But in the RXFL has struggled with 2 separate franchises. Now on his 3rd, as he is taking over the defending league champion Sacramento Rumble from Otto Graham and Justin Herbert. Warner. Oh my goodness, just snuck that one into Emeka Ibuka. And it's 4th and inches. And the defending league champions are going to go for it on 4th and inches here. This would be an absolute 3 points. But Gibbs, huge opening. It didn't seem like nobody was protecting the middle of the field there. Sacramento Rumble. Head coach Anthony Lynn a couple of years ago. It is a touchdown for the Rumble. They had an absolutely amazing run where they were one of the best teams in the league a couple years ago. And then they lost a whole bunch of games at the end of the season. They were like 6-0 at one point, or 8-0, 8-2, and then they lost 6 in a row to finish 8-8. This is all in the playlist, by the way. You can check that out in the playlist here at TV Sports. Check out some of the history, but they ended up getting into the playoffs through the committee on a 6-game losing streak, and they made a Cinderella-type run to the conference championship. They ended up firing head coach Anthony Lynn, and it's been the Sean McVay show the last couple of years, and finally getting it done last year. And you want to see some of the greatest Cinderella games as far as overtime victories, winning games at the skin of your teeth. 3 consecutive playoff wins for the Sacramento Rumble last season in the RXFL playoffs. So go check those games out. So the first drive of the game for the Austin Armadillos resulted in a turnover. Look at this as Christian McCaffrey is going to go untouched down the sideline, finally shoved out of bounds. What a run by Christian McCaffrey. And we might have another game with points here. What a way to kick off the RXFL season. Not only with the Lumberjacks and the Fury, 2 premium playoff contenders almost every single year, but Austin and Sacramento also 2 consistent playoff contenders every year. Fouts is going to throw it on 2nd and short. And speaking of, we were talking about Tennessee earlier with Kurt Warner. There's Frank Wycheck. TNA legend Frank Wycheck. You guys know his early appearance in Total Nonstop Action. Christian McCaffrey, my goodness.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team.
Ooh, and there's Christian McCaffrey. Finally gets met at the line. So it's 3rd and 3 for Fouts and the Austin Armadillos.
The nose tackle. He's big. He's strong. He takes up the entire middle of the defense.
And it is a touchdown. And, well, there's, for those of you that watched the Super Bowl last night, there's Diggs getting into the end zone more than any other Diggs did last night. We're in the double digits, not the single digits, but Diggs was absolutely quiet other than when he caught the ball down 28 points in the 4th quarter and spun it. But, yeah, he had a quiet Super Bowl, but a solid opening RXFL, I guess, 2nd possession here, opening weekend game, as he finds himself into the end zone. And we are 7-7 here.
We'll tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff.
Anderson boots it away, and we're going to get our second look at Kurt Warner. Well, maybe. I was going to say, we had a kick return touchdown in the game that you guys will never get to see. It was White Shoes Johnson who ran it back for a touchdown in that game. Billy White Shoes. Got the ground game to Gibbs, and so far it's Gibbs and McCaffrey lighting it up on the running game here. You see some of the other big games down below. The Enforcers. There's one of the new teams, Virginia Beach. They're known as the Virginia Beach Paradise. The relocation of the Atlanta Dirty Birds. And the main reason for that is there are just so many black and red teams in the league. We had like 4 teams that had a black and red color scheme. So I just wanted to switch it up. So I decided to go with black and gold. Thought Virginia Beach was interesting. And there is a soccer team, local soccer team in the USL called the Paradise. And I thought that's kind of a cool name, a unique name. So beach theme, Virginia Beach, the Paradise. There's the Portland Salt Lake City game. You can see some of the numbers again. Are we going to see great Dan Marino? You guys remember, if you followed us in the RFL, in the All-Pro Football 2K8 League, 4 years with the Ann Arbor Annihilators for Dan Marino, 4 of the greatest seasons in pro football history, but the stigma was still there for Dan Marino. Can he win the big one after 3 great years? Didn't even make it to a championship. Finally in season 4, making it to the league championship, playing John Elway in the Oklahoma City Bandits in a, was it 69-67 multiple overtime game, an absolutely crazy game. And he finally won his title, then spent the COVID year with the New York Nightmare. And then the last 3 years with the Chicago Cougars, 1 year with the Chicago Evil after they rebranded, and now here with the Portland Lumberjacks. So far, Warner's been leading them well down the field.
Play it safe, pick up the first down.
Kurt Warner to the corner, looking for Davis, and it is brought in. Touchdown, Sacramento. Vernon Davis. Can't win with him, can't coach him, can't do it with the touchdown. What a throw from Kurt Warner, and maybe finally the change of scenery. Getting out to the West Coast, that's where he had some success with the Arizona Cardinals. And we got 3 touchdowns here in the first quarter of this game.
The kick is good, and the Redwoods will move out to a 14-7 lead. Reichert out now, following the touchdown, as he kicks this one away. This will be returned from the 6. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Armadillos offense ready to see what they can do. We'll try to establish some tempo. They start this one with 1st and 10.
Got Honolulu and Toronto. You can see Lamar Jackson playing his former team. Jim Kelly, if you guys watched our draft video on Patreon, we're going at the ticker at the bottom of the screen here. He is back with the St. Louis Rhinos. We did make that trade happen, so we switched him back to lead the Rhinos. Just kind of seems synonymous, Jim Kelly, with that St. Louis squad, as he's had 3 very successful seasons. 2 Ultra Bowl appearances and a conference championship appearance in season 3. Nearly a three-peat for the St. Louis Rhinos.
NFL Sunday returns after this.
Melbourne and Vancouver. We're going to see if Melbourne can have a better year. Dublin, a new team name for them. No longer the Dublin Tigers. They have entered into a partnership. Notre Dame always likes to do things by their own rules. They're the only college that has a TV deal with NBC, a national TV deal. I've had that thing for years. They don't play in a conference. Well, they're going to be the first college to partner with a pro football team. A bit of a, controversial move, a university partnering with a pro football team. But look at that by Foster with the juke and the rushing attack of the Austin Armadillos. Absolutely destroying the Rumble. So the Tigers, no more, formerly the Celtic Tigers, and last year they were the Dublin Tigers. Now they're going to be known as the Dublin Fighting Irish. They've taken the name from Notre Dame, a partnership. What a throw! I did not get both feet down, though. So the Dublin Fighting Irish is the new name, taking the exact name from Notre Dame, the partnership with Dublin. There is a Dublin Notre Dame division as well. You guys can look that up by switching it up. And that was just another main thing of just wanting to get some different looks, some different uniforms in the game. And of course, the Shamrock look, I think everybody does that for Dublin, but that's kind of what, it's Irish, right? So Fighting Irish, the Dublin Fighting Irish, the new team name there for Dublin. The Tigers name, though, the name itself will not live on, but the uniforms will. Orlando, rebranding, no longer the Orlando Wizards. And again, that was a change just because we had a lot of purple and yellow teams. We had 3 purple and yellow teams. So I wanted to switch it up, and they're going to be known as the Orlando Thorns. I thought that was a cool name. There's a soccer team that has that name, and also there's the animated movie that had that name as well. I thought that was a cool name. And originally, there is the Antlers. If you guys know the Madden relocation teams, the Antlers. I was going to go with that because it's kind of like, it has a little prickly, looks like thorns. That's what I was originally going to go with, but then I didn't want to have another green and brown team. Green and brown is such a unique color scheme to have 2 teams that are both green and brown in the league. That's Sacramento colors. I didn't want to do that, so I thought about it, and it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, but the tiger claws, they're kind of like thorns, so that's why I decided to give it to Orlando. And I thought it'd be interesting for the rivalry as well, Orlando and Tampa, as Fouts gets lit up. And Sacramento, they're going to hold him to a field goal here. Of course, the Tampa-Orlando rivalry, the war on I-4. I thought it'd be interesting, the Tampa Bay Mutiny with the creamsicle, and we actually have away creamsicle uniforms in this game, so we can finally put the Mutiny in their proper uniforms, finally, after all this time. But I just thought, you know what? The black and orange, the color scheme, Orlando always had those kind of, not the orange colors, but the black color scheme, the Orlando Predators, always kind of use that color, the Orlando Magic with the black and blue. And then the upcoming Orlando Storm in the UFL is going to be using a black, orange, and purple color scheme. So I was like, okay, well, that's kind of Orlando Storm colors a little bit. And then, like I said, the black with the Orlando Predators and the Orlando Magic. We've had a lot of Orlando teams. I guess the Apollos as well was blue and orange. So there's the orange right there. And that was kind of the thinking there, and it's going to create a bit of a rivalry because Tampa with the creamsicle, and now all of a sudden, wait a minute, Orlando, you're coming in with your own orange color scheme, infringing on us? What's up with that? So, new looks, new teams, some changes in uniform here in the RXFL. Oh, is that going to be a very similar fumble? Very, very similar to what happened to the Armadillos on their opening drive. A fumble after a reception. Almost identical to what happened. Oh, it looked like Lofton was trying to reach out for a first down, and he smashed the ball right off the Armadillo defender. Oh my goodness.
You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
Mike Tirico going from calling the Super Bowl to calling the RXFL opening weekend here.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw.
Fouts, he's gotten hit a couple of times. And there you see the Tampa-Orlando rivalry at the bottom of your screen. Columbus as well has a brand new team name. The Columbus Aviators was stolen by the UFL in real life. So I decided to rename them. And I debated, I was trying to stick with the aviation theme of Columbus. I went through a bunch of different names. You guys know if you joined us on Patreon, I debated back and forth what team name we were going to go on. And then I looked up, because I blitzed the league. I missed those games. I wish it would come back. I love some of the team names, obviously with the Brooklyn Nightmare is a direct take of the New York Nightmare from Blitz the League. We have a couple of Blitz the League references in our RXFL here. So I looked up Blitz the League teams and looking kind of the Jet, a couple different names, Nighthawks, Skyhawks, Well, I settled on the Crossfire, kind of staying with that fighter jet theme, and that was the name of the Kansas City Crossfire in Blitz the League. I thought Columbus Crossfire, but we're going to have double C's now. We got the Columbus Crossfire and the Canton Crusaders. Crusaders also a team name from Blitz the League. So you can tell a lot of influence there. But yes, the Columbus Crossfire is going to be the new team for the Columbus Aviators.
Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Let's go. On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs.
And now, as we're getting to the later stages of this first half, we're starting to see defenses kind of toughen up a little bit here.
The integrity of the defense, Mike, is based on every defender holding their gap. That's exactly what we saw out of this defensive tackle. Not only did
I almost named the Atlanta team the 404 before I settled on the Dirty Birds, and that would have been a direct reference to Blitz the League. What other teams? The Hammerheads, the Beavers, the Riot. They took that, actually. The Big Three took the Riot as their team name.
I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression.
Brawlers, that was another Blitz the League name, and that one was almost taken. Oh, Kurt Warner throws that into coverage. It's picked off by Diggs. I almost went with the Brawlers for the Dublin, because, you know, like, I was thinking of Finley. My name is Finley. I love to fight. So I was thinking of that, Brawlers, the Dublin Brawlers, but then... And I may still do that. Then maybe people think the Fighting Irish thing is kind of stupid. But I thought it was kind of unique, and just to add a bit of controversy to Notre Dame, because they're always, you know, why does a college have their own TV network? Why don't they join a conference? That's always the stuff you hear. So it's like, why not play into that a little bit? So anyway, that is where the Crossfire name comes from. I thought all night, I looked at the IFL too. I was thinking like the Strike Force, San Diego Strike Force, but Crossfire I don't think is one that is used in any sports league out there, and comes directly, credit where credit is due, it comes directly from Blitz the League, so the Columbus Crossfire. Ooh! Foster! What a... just... That did not feel good. Oh my goodness. So 2nd and goal, Fouts with an empty set. Oh, a bit of a high pass, but Olsen brings it in, and the Armadillos are going to take the lead. That is the first time today.
His career catch also becomes his first career NFL touchdown. Greg, they take advantage of the good field position and move it downfield for the score.
When you take the field as an offense, there's a little
that's Olsen on the booth, isn't it? Yeah, Olsen, he just called his own touchdown. I was just thinking that because he said Greg. I'm like, wait a minute. It's Mike Tirico and Greg. So Greg Olsen, I don't know how he's doing it. He called his own touchdown from up in the booth. Oh my God, how about that, guys? That's some crazy stuff. So Olsen, his own likeness. That's wild. So 20-14 in what's been a high-scoring half here. It was a bit of a defensive struggle in the Portland-Salt Lake City game until players started going off a bit in the second half. Juju Smith-Schuster on the return. As Kurt Warner, after throwing his interception, back out onto the field, and there's going to be a lot of people talking.
Adjustment to last year's new kickoff rules in place. We talked to a lot of coaches during the year. Folks didn't seem too bothered
with the struggles that Warner has had, as we mentioned, with Tennessee and with Tokyo, and knowing that they won a championship with their backup quarterback. Who is the backup? Let's see. Let's take a quick look while we're here, while we're talking about it, because they won it all with Justin Herbert as a backup. So Kenny Stabler is the backup. Wasn't that the exact situation we just said? He got benched in Tennessee for Stabler? And then Jake Browning, right? I think it was.
Impact that it's making on going
so that would be crazy if history repeated itself.
Because remember, in the old days, if you got stopped inside
Warner, no, Vernon Davis could not hang on to it.
all the difference of they kicked a touchback, they got the ball at the 20. There wasn't that much of a spread, but now all of a sudden, is it in my best interest to settle for a field goal and kick off when I could give you the ball at the
3rd and 3 for the Redwoods.
Down there tight in the red zone on the 3. You now possess the ball inside your own 5 yard line.
Well, it's not Antonio Brown, but another Brown trying to have a big day. But they're going to be stopped shy of the first down mark here for the Rumble.
Much more favorable territory.
You know, the other rule that is adjusted are overtimes in the regular season will mirror playoff overtime. Each team getting the ball. I'm so happy, Greg, because it just felt so incomplete when a team got to overtime, but then their offense, which may be the best part of the team, never got on the field.
Yeah, and I couldn't agree more. And you hear everyone saying, oh, well, just get a stop. Well, it's that legendary game between Mahomes and Josh Allen where neither team stopped.
2-minute drive here for Dan Fouts. Oh, what a precision pass by Fouts to Warfield. Warfield returns the kick, and then he comes right out and catches the pass to the Armadillos.
So I love the idea of both teams getting the ball. If a game is good enough to go to overtime,
Fouts
let's finish it.
to Mike Evans, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning, you guys. Well, we unfortunately, like I said, some people got to see the official opening game, and others of you didn't. For those of you that didn't, you're getting a pretty good one right here in the second opening weekend game, featuring both defending Ultra Bowl teams, just like we did in Season 3 when we kicked off the season with St. Louis and London. Fouts just hanging in that pocket.
He's got another one. And tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
And now you can see they're really
Austin has an opportunity, a score that they need here, because Sacramento will get the ball to begin the second half. Fouts is going to look at this huge run by Dan Fouts, who dives forward. Nobody was open, but Fouts took it himself.
Whether his style of play from college would transfer to the NFL game. Well, his ability to create with his legs certainly has here today. We see it with his ability to escape pressure out of the pocket. And he's
Mike Evans, ooh, takes a vicious shot. Time winding down. No one's calling any timeouts as we get below 30. And the Armadillos letting it run down. Sacramento content to also let this one run down. And Christian McCaffrey, uncovered touchdown, Armadillos. And, well, they might look even better. And people were worried. You lose Michael Vick, you lose Rob Gronkowski. I mean, they had a stacked roster, and they were a team that was consistently going to the playoffs. They just couldn't put together a lot of playoff wins. But opening weekend, defending league champs on the road, and Fouts has these guys moving. And Christian McCaffrey as well, both running backs as well for the Armadillos. At some point, you wonder if they're going to go for a 2-point conversion to keep it, those even sevens across the board. But for right now, they hang on to that lead. And again, this is after the Armadillos gave up that 7 points on the fumble. But they have come in here and put these points on the board. That's a total of 3 touchdowns, 2 field goals after fumbling on the opening drive. So with 13 seconds, Sacramento did not take any timeouts to try to get an extra possession, knowing they were going to get the ball to begin quarter number 3. And that is going to take us to the end of quarter number 2. I don't know if we get any highlights because everything is user games, so I don't know if the game will show us highlights with the games not being played, but let's listen to Scott anyway, the halftime show.
Thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half.
Yeah, they don't show us any highlights, so you'll just have to wait to the end of the week to see the highlights. How's that? Welcome to folks that are joining in. If you're here, jump in the chat, say hello to us. Kurt Warner, Dan Fouts going at it, and so far it's Dan Fouts leading the way. 3 touchdowns. Christian McCaffrey, 101 on the ground. It has been all Austin Armadillos, and we are quickly approaching both of our Ultra Bowl teams starting the season off 0-1. Salt Lake City Fury taking the overtime loss to the Portland Lumberjacks, and we're looking at the Sacramento Rumble, who may be looking at an 0-1 start. Let's see what Kurt Warner can do again. You can see the numbers down below. The game that will be forever lost to time between Portland and Salt Lake City. Every time stuff like that happens, it makes me like, do I want to keep doing this YouTube channel? Because I feel like the streaming gods are working against me. That I feel like I have so many things that go against my control like that. But we're gonna keep powering through in the meantime, and one day I'm gonna wake up and there's gonna be thousands of new subscribers, and we'll start doing this full time with you guys. So third quarter, Kurt Warner just hung in there, gets it to Lofton. Lofton nearly broke it. James Lofton with a fantastic catch. And a lot of pressure from Kurt Warner just kind of hanging out in the pocket there. And then I'll try to jump on a little bit later this afternoon to do an episode of Universe Mode with you guys. We're getting ready for AEW WWE Forbidden Door. In Universe Mode, we have a big steel cage triple threat match for the U.S. title coming up between Bray Wyatt, Jacob Fatu, and Randy Orton. So be on the lookout for that stream coming up. Kurt Warner play fake under duress, gets rid of it to Mike Gesicki. And it's 3rd and 4 for the Redwoods.
It's 3rd and 4.
Or the Rumble, rather. Not the Redwoods. Can't even remember my own teams. Come on, what are we doing here? Talking like John Madden. Or is that Frank Caliendo? Oh, that Madden voice has killed me. Oh, my God. We're getting loopy here on a Monday after the Super Bowl. It's the Super Bowl hangover. All right, Kurt Warner. The give to Gibbs. Nice block. And the Rumble really needed this opening drive.
Give them 14 on that one. And that will be a first down. Sacramento, first down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Kurt Warner, 1st and 10, out of the gun. Looking for the identical play that they scored on earlier. A fade route to Vernon Davis. And it is a touchdown.
His 2nd touchdown now here in the season opener. Greg, sometimes we say it too often.
Oh my God, that Madden voice really killed me.
For them to edge a little bit closer.
Kurt Warner fade to the corner to Vernon Davis. It has worked out 2 out of 2 times. And boy, that was a rough landing in the corner of the end zone. A must-have drive for the Sacramento Rumble, the defending league champs. And we're going to get a second look at this one.
Replay is going to take a look at this one and make sure it is good for 6. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over.
1, 2, yeah, that's clean.
unless they have
I guess they're looking at possession, whether he bobbled the ball or not.
To the contrary. In other words, it's got to be the truth.
Yeah, no video evidence to say otherwise, so. And now Austin will have to start thinking at some point, you know, do we go for that 2-point conversion? Here you see Coach McVay defending Ultra Bowl champs. Of course, going back multiple years. We've gone over it multiple years, multiple games, but in this new iteration, it was Lamar Jackson, the Toronto Huskies. 2 seasons ago, Jim Kelly and the St. Louis Rhinos. And last year, season 3, the Sacramento Rumble. With the backup quarterback, Justin Herbert, taking over for Otto Graham, leading the Rumble to a championship. And Fouts has been absolutely amazing. It's extremely tough to replace a Michael Vick, especially a Michael Vick that's gone to the playoffs every year. A Michael Vick that was a league MVP winner here in this league. But Fouts has come on and has played absolutely, well, that one was a little bit of a rough throw. Has played absolutely incredible thus far.
Jacksonville and Tennessee, the fact that there's not a big dog in your division.
Ooh, and Fouts. That is the one thing with Sacramento. They haven't quite gotten the sack yet, but they have gotten to Fouts a couple of times and put him on the turf.
Well, both of these teams at the bottom of the division last year, Jacksonville and Tennessee.
This is an old school gunslinger matchup between Fouts and Warner. And out of bounds. They're gonna say Mason had a foot out of bounds. Fouts not happy about it, and they're gonna have to punt from their own 47, which you hate to do when you're sitting that close to midfield. This one will roll into the end zone, and that is where Kurt Warner will have an opportunity to give his team the lead. The bearded wonder, Kurt Warner. Again, the guy that makes these on Reddit, he said this might be one of his last years making the Legends roster, so this might be it. I have to just stick with this game for a while. You see how Gibbs, the Michael Myers stance, it was noted how Chip Kelly told Ashton Genty to stop doing that. And the Seahawks won a Super Bowl with a running back doing that same thing. So, go with a Chip Kelly. It's always interesting. Sacramento, the orange, it seems to be very prominent in the color scheme in the stadium. You see Sean McVay wearing the orange, fans wearing the orange in the stands, but there's no orange anywhere on this uniform for the Rumble. It's pure green and brown.
In today's game, Mike, we're so used to seeing everyone go for quarterback sneak in this.
I'd like to make my own uniforms. I know they have a team builder, but it's online only. Give us an offline team builder. Warner to Davis, who's had a big game. It's going to be Ray Lewis, right? 52? He's not wearing the famous mask. But 52 Ray Lewis, right? Gotta be. Warner. Play fake. Tosses it. Oh, and it's going to be picked off in the end zone. Oh, they did an auto kneel. I tried to run it out in the game. Auto kneeled the ball. I had my hands on the controller running the ball, and the Madden just auto took a knee for me because there was nobody in the field of play. That could have at least gotten past the 20. I don't know what's happening right now. There we go. Kurt Warner, oh my goodness, thought he had Brown back of the end zone. That's going to be the second turnover of the game for the Sacramento Rumble.
Okay, who are the teams that didn't make the playoffs last year that have a chance this year?
Let's see. Olsen can call his own play again. Well, they're too busy yapping. Olsen and Chirico, they're just yapping right now about nothingness. They ended up losing 4 yards out of that. Pretty evenly matched for total yards. We got another good game on our hands here. What an opening weekend here in the RXFL. And there's Stephon Diggs again. Was completely shut down, and I don't know, maybe seeing some prison time coming up here. I don't know. That's what people are saying. Back to McCaffrey, and credit to the Rumble defense. A couple of big runs for McCaffrey in the first half, but as of late, they have silenced Christian McCaffrey here. They have changed things up, and they have stopped him. Fouts goes empty set, and there's Diggs again, is able to cut upfield, and there's a first down for the Armadillos.
That roster that we saw play last year is not the roster on paper that we expected to see. So I think Dallas has a chance. I think San Francisco always is going to be a team again.
There's the big Christian McCaffrey. Oh, and he might go all the way. Christian McCaffrey, after I was just complimenting the Rumble defense, has another explosive run, and the Austin Armadillos, you lose a league MVP at quarterback, and they look stronger than ever in opening weekend.
Taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown.
And now game says go for 2. So we're going to do it.
Gonna cut that celebration short, because they're going to stay out and go for 2.
D'Amico Ryans calling for the 2-point conversion here. Fouts, fumbles. It was well covered. And that gives Sacramento some life. You're only 2 touchdowns away.
A great scoring opportunity. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kicks away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4.
Mentioned we did get a kickoff return for a touchdown in the Salt Lake City Sacramento game. As you see Jahmyr Gibbs, 90 yards on the ground.
Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down.
We will be soon heading into the 4th quarter. And for opening weekend for the defending league champions. But as we mentioned, they won basically every one of their playoff games until the Ultra Bowl in this very fashion. So it could be just sizing it up again. That's just how the Rumble play it. Kurt Warner, good delivery to Lofton.
His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down. Let's go. They're going to run out of the gun with Gibbs.
There's Vince Wilfork that just brought down Gibbs.
We'll try again here.
Yeah, big number 75. That's a guy that's got some rings. Play fake Warner. Felt the pressure. Got rid of that one to Emeka Ibuka. And that will, you would think, wind down quarter number 3. So Kurt Warner and the Sacramento Rumble. They find themselves, well, we might get one more. We can get one more play out of this. Let's see. Here we go. Here we go. Warner. Oh, and Lofton can't bring that one in. That will officially end quarter number 3. And the defending Ultra Bowl champions trailing by 12 points. Trying to start the new season off 1-0 against the new look Austin Armadillos. Welcome to everyone joining us. Got a couple folks joining in. Say hello to us in the chat. We'll shout you out. TV Sports. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the thumbs up. The game says go for it. Or go for a field goal. I know it's 4th and long. I think you got to go for it here. You're down by 2 scores. if you make a field goal, it's only a 9-point game. You still got to score twice, so there's almost no point to kick a field goal here. So here we go, 4th down. And Warner throws across his body, and Ibuka did not even see the ball come his way. He was open, Warner put it there, and Emeka Ibuka just did not sense the football coming at all. And Christian McCaffrey hyped up right now, and you're a huge Christian McCaffrey run away from this one being put away, and the Austin Armadillos. Now, not to say that Sacramento, or rather Portland, did not look good, because they looked very impressive with Dan Marino and Antonio Brown, but they also needed overtime. They needed overtime to win that game. Austin could be the most impressive team of opening weekend so far here. To go on the road. That was also a neutral site game between Portland and Salt Lake City down there in Brazil. The Brazil game. I wish the international games would be after the first season as well. People have been asking that for years. Of course, it's classic Madden. You know, they give you a little bit, but they don't do things all the way. Oh, that seemed like that was a tip, but Mike Evans still got it. But we should have international games every single year in franchise mode, and we don't. We just don't. We get them for the first season, and we never see them again. So, but for Austin to go on the road here and maybe get a 2-3 touchdown victory, but there's finally a sack on Dan Fouts. They'd been getting close to him all day. But Fouts is brought down, and maybe a little bit of life here for the Rumble. Don't want to let them get into field goal range here. McCaffrey. Oh, there's a fumble from Christian McCaffrey. A lot of fumbles today, a lot of turnovers. And the Rumble defense. It's going to be Stewart that picks up the ball. I want to get some new defensive animations. I'm tired of seeing that same animation every year. But the Rumble. So Kurt Warner and the Rumble. And I want to get your grade from Kurt Warner so far. We mentioned he struggled with the Tennessee Oilers. He struggled with the Tokyo Kaiju. How's he look so far with the Rumble, with the defending league champs? Is it going to be another struggle season for Kurt Warner? We know Kurt Warner can be great. He's done it. He's been to championships. Been to 2 Arena Bowls, been to 3 Super Bowls. Did he go to a World Bowl as well? I don't remember. Look at this, wide open. There's James Lofton over the middle from Kurt Warner. And Kurt Warner crosses the 200-yard threshold. Sacramento, they kind of score quickly here. It seems like they got a lot of time, but 8 minutes goes quick. Ooh, Gibbs got hit very, very hard. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think you're going to be able to do too much more running plays here. You're down by 2 scores. The defending Ultra Bowl champs, and Warner. Touchdown. There we go. Well, we had Antonio Brown in the opening game with a 200-yard performance. There's A.J. Brown. So if you're Brown, it's a good day. A.J. Brown, Antonio Brown. How about Sacramento with the brown and green uniforms? So Kurt Warner to A.J. Brown. And all they got to do is extra points here. And now it's going to be up to the Sacramento Rumble defense here. We got a couple of folks joining us. Welcome, everyone joining in. I can see the numbers slowly starting to climb. Say hello to us in the chat, because it is opening weekend of Season 4 of the RXFL, the Legends Football League. and it is the defending league champion Sacramento Rumble at home, hosting the new look Austin Armadillos, and they need to get an Armadillo stop here to get an opportunity for a walk-off touchdown. 7 minutes to go. How do you play it if you're the Armadillos? Do you try to run the clock down, or do you play for one more score? They are on the ground to McCaffrey, and he fumbled it. Wow. These fumbles that we have had.
Oh, man, Greg, those must be scary times for a player.
Oh, yeah, it's scary. It's scary, Greg. How much more do you trust Christian McCaffrey with the ball? You can't afford to put it on the turf.
In that situation a few times, and I'll tell you what, when that ball pops out of your hand,
2nd and 10. And Fouts again. Fouts not a scrambler, but man, that middle of the field has been open for him a couple of times today. And he has taken complete advantage as that time winds down. Under 6 minutes here. They go back to McCaffrey, and Christian McCaffrey finally chased down and shoved out of bounds. 167 yards on the ground for Christian McCaffrey. And Foster. Oh, they go head up, Foster and Starks. Boy, Foster and McCaffrey, you're talking about a two-headed monster that these guys have. And for the Sacramento Rumble defense, this was an absolute worst-case scenario. Now, you can still hold Austin to a field goal and keep it a one-touchdown game. But a lot of time has ticked off the clock. This was an all-time rough scenario. Just barely got the snap off, and Foster, they're hitting hard out there in this one, I'll tell you that. They are not playing lightly. This is not flag football. This is not the low-rated Pro Bowl games.
The last thing you want is to be in third and pass, and it really throws off what you feel like your strengths are. So now you get down here in the red zone, it's going to be touchdowns. These long sustained
they get held again. No timeouts being called yet from the Redwoods, or from the Rumble. They got to stop doing that. It's the Rumble.
Stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on third down? Or do they play it?
It's intercepted. Oh, it's going to be a pick six. There's a flag down. Starks getting chased by Diggs, but it's going to be a pick six for the Rumble. And just like we said, this team finds a way to win when the game is out of reach. They did it through their entire playoff run. They're doing it again here in week 1. Let's see what the flag is. It's holding. It is going to be declined. There's some frustration from D'Amico Ryans on the sideline. But absolutely incredible that Sacramento has done it again. The Armadillos feeling like they had to have a touchdown instead of a field goal, with the field goal still making it a 3-point or a touchdown game for the win. They throw it on third down, and it is a pick six. And there's the hero of the day, pectoral strain from Deone Walker, and it is a 1-point game. But the one thing, if you're an Armadillos fan, that you can look at, if you can get right down the field again, a field goal will guarantee to win you the game now, as opposed to the field goal only making it a touchdown game, as it would have been, which is why they threw it. So, oh my goodness, you guys. This is the RXFL. This is what it is all about, the Legends Football League. We got 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter of week 1.
Right back to the
Fouts, quick throw to Evans, and Evans cannot hold on to it. Now again, this is a tired defense. They just went the length of the field, had the pick six, so you got a gassed defense going back out there. We saw what happened in the Brazil game with a tired defense that came out after a kick return touchdown, but so far not showing any signs of it. No problem right now. 34-33. Fouts. There's Paul Warfield, hangs on to it, and a first down for the Armadillos. We're going to start seeing some no-huddle offense here. Only going to rush 3. Look at this. They're playing tight zone coverage. Fouts to Warfield, and he just misses Warfield on single coverage. Fouts has been a little inaccurate here on this drive. Got to get into field goal range. And again, the middle of that field's going to be wide open for Dan Fouts. And it'll be 3rd and inches as we go down to the 2-minute warning. That is the one place where Sacramento has been burned. Not anticipating Dan Fouts running the ball, but he's only running when that middle of the field's been wide open. And it's going to be an obvious Christian McCaffrey run here. Unless they want to be like Sean Payton and try to get cute. Throw the ball. They are going to run it, and McCaffrey does have the first down. Now, they only need to get into field goal range, so you're hurrying, but you're not in that much of a panic. If you're the Rumble, you're maybe thinking of taking some timeouts here. Potentially get the ball back if you need to. And, oh, it's intercepted by Ray Nitschke, and that's going to do it. Ray Nitschke, Dan Fouts was playing the percentages and saying, I got a big old linebacker on Mike Evans. I think Mike Evans is going to win this battle. No, Ray Nitschke won the battle against Mike Evans. Only in the RXFL can you see Ray Nitschke defeat Mike Evans in a one-on-one. Back-to-back interceptions at the end of the game. Kurt Warner, for all the talk, is going to end up finishing with 3 touchdowns, 233. Now, they still have 3 timeouts, so we can't quite, put the dagger in yet. But, my goodness, we talked about the whole time. Go back and watch the 3 playoff games that the Sacramento Rumble have been on. Last season and season 3 leading up to the Ultra Bowl, a team that won every game in the craziest possible ways. I can't even recap all of them. Overtime games, last second games, just the craziest ways that you win 3 consecutive games, they did. And here again, game on the line, down by 2 scores, and they find themselves in the lead. That is Sacramento Rumble football. And that's why that was a team that was 8-2 at one point, lost 6 in a row, still made the playoffs and made a conference championship. How about the play call from Sean McVay? Gibbs stays on his feet, and that is going to do it. That will give the Sacramento Rumble on opening weekend, the defending league champs, another 1-point victory, just like they did in the playoffs last season. No timeouts remaining for the Armadillos. That will do it. The Sacramento Rumble are 1-0. After coming off of an Ultra Bowl victory with backup quarterback Justin Herbert. And D'Amico Ryans visibly frustrated with that handshake right there, knowing that his team had it wrapped up, and gave it away. So hopefully this one will archive on YouTube. If it doesn't, it's just going to be another gift for the couple of people that did tune in. So we will look at the stats, we will sim forward, we will look at the results. We do 2 games every week, by the way, if you're new here to our RXFL. We do 2 games, 2 Game of the Week games every week. And since you're here, jump in the chat. You can let us know what you guys want to see in week 2. We're going to watch the recap show. We'll look at the stats and look at the scores and get everything ready for week number 2. So let's look at some numbers. Fouts only finished with 180 out. Felt like he was moving the ball a lot more. So there you see the numbers. Both 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. Warner 20 of 27 for 265 on the rushing game. Gibbs 104 on the ground. McCaffrey 170. But a couple of fumbles from McCaffrey. See 2 of them there. James Lofton 106 receiving yards. Diggs with a touchdown. Vernon Davis, 3 catches, 2 touchdowns. Can't get much more efficient than that. And when you talk about interceptions, there you see Malik Starks, the play of the game with the pick 6, and then the linebacker, Ray Nitschke, who beat Mike Evans. I still can't get over that. Ray Nitschke versus Mike Evans, and Ray Nitschke won that battle and picked the ball off. So, all right, we're going to sim forward here. Yes, upgrade, everybody. Auto upgrade. Everything's on auto, by the way. I just control the game. So, we will skip ahead to Force Advance to week number 2. And we'll recap everything. Give it. Let's watch the weekly recap. Here we go.
The 2026 season has arrived. I'm Scott Hansen, and this is your EA Sports Weekly Recap for Week 1. We begin with an intriguing matchup in the NFL International Series. And this is the home team's quarterback. He went for over 300
Well, that was the
yards
game-winning
along with
overtime
this,
play,
one of
so at
his
least you guys
4
did get to
touchdown
see it.
passes.
It did get saved.
The Lumberjacks walk it off. They win in overtime.
So there you go. You guys at least get to see a little
Next
piece
up,
of
it's
it.
the next matchup in the NFL International Series games.
This
And
was not an
is the
international
QB
game.
For the home team, on target with that one, he had 3 touchdown passes on the afternoon. The Redwoods wind up winning this one in front of the home crowd to begin the new season.
Oh, they only recapped the games you played? How bizarre. Okay, so they don't do the other games, even though we simulated them. I guess because they're all user-controlled teams, they only do the games you played? That's kind of weird and interesting. Okay, that's something I guess we'll have to deal with going forward. You guys won't really get a full recap show. Because I have to make them all user-controlled teams to be able to play every game, so that's going to be really weird. Okay, well, let's look at the scores. We'll look at some news. We'll look at some stats. We'll see were there any transactions. But let's see here. League schedule for week number 1. So let's see. In the Battle of London, the Ghost Riders with a 31-14 win over the Monarchs. Big rivalry there. Of course, that was the game you guys did not get to see. We played it, even though it says we didn't. The Melbourne Hotshots defeat the Vancouver Vipers 30-24. I don't know if you can hear what's going on outside. It sounds like they're pressure washing the whole dang hallway. The New Dublin Fighting Irish defeat the Paris Legionnaires 26-20. Tom Brady and the Tokyo Kaiju get the win in Brooklyn over the Brooklyn Nightmare. The Las Vegas Kiss with the loss to the Canton Crusaders. And there you see the war on I-4. The Tampa Bay Mutiny, a huge 37-10 win over the Orlando Thorns. There is the brand new Columbus Crossfire with a 6-point win over the Oklahoma City Bandits. Mexico City Golden Eagles, 34-17 win over the Memphis Maulers. The Virginia Beach Paradise, their brand new team, they lose the first game to the Oakland Enforcers. Well, Justin Herbert took the big money contract with the Denver Horsemen. They get defeated by the San Antonio Dragons, our legacy team that's been around since season 1. That's like our Arizona Rattlers. They've been around for like 20 seasons. Big win for the Dragons, 42-17. to 21. The San Francisco Eclipse get a 7-point win over the San Diego Killer Whales. There was the game we saw with you. The Omaha Firebirds, 8-point win over the Chicago Evil. Huge win for the Toronto Huskies as they blow out the Honolulu Thunder. And in your Monday night football game, the St. Louis Rhinos, the pretty dominant Rhinos with Jim Kelly, get the win over the Chicago Wolverines. So that was in week 1. Let's look at some league news. So Russell Wilson, you see he's the new quarterback of the LA Kiss. Anything going on here? Unstoppable teams. You guys kind of pause and take a look at that. Let's see if there are any transactions. I won't go super in depth. No, this was just... You see where it says edited? I went in and just made a lot of the older players younger. I made them all 20 years old so they won't retire. So that's what those edits are. And then you see I switched Jim Kelly back to the St. Louis Rhinos there. So there you go. So stats. Take a quick look at stats. Quick look at the standings right there early on in the RXFL. You see Dan Marino leading the way. Josh Allen, a new starting quarterback with the Omaha Firebirds. And you can see it was Jaden Daniels who beat out Michael Vick. Michael Vick left to go to Toronto. He left the Armadillos and lost the quarterback battle to Jaden Daniels. Christian McCaffrey ended up being your leading rusher, 170 yards that we just saw. Then Adrian Peterson with 140. There's Antonio Brown with his 14 catches, 278 in the game. You guys will never see. Jeremiah Trotter as well. So some interesting numbers there. So let's see. What are we going to see for next week? Let's look at the catalog here. And let's see what possibilities we got for next week. We got St. Louis, Orlando, possibility, Oklahoma City, Denver, Tom Brady. Maybe that could be interesting. Tom Brady with Tokyo, the opening weekend in Tokyo, since they were on the road last week. Honolulu, Melbourne, San Antonio, Sacramento, 2 undefeateds. In fact, is that the only undefeated? No, we have Columbus and Canton, London and Dublin, and the Battle of Chicago. I am, as I'm looking at it here, I think we want to see Sacramento again, just because that was such a crazy game. And I don't think we saw San Antonio all of last year. So let's do Sacramento and San Antonio. San Antonio, as I said, one of our legacy teams, and Sacramento, that is the defending league champs. They're both undefeated. And then I think we do Tom Brady's opening weekend in the Tokyo Dome. In fact, both of these are going to be domed games, which would be kind of crazy. Tokyo Dome and the UTSA Alamo Dome. But we see Tom Brady's debut in Tokyo. He was on the road in Brooklyn. So Brady's Tokyo debut, and then the undefeated Sacramento and San Antonio. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe. If you guys want to come back, I'm going to try to stream some Universe Mode later today. Hopefully this one will actually go on demand, and you guys will be able to tune in and check it out. But thanks for watching. This has been the RXFL with